We at Ugly Sofa Gaming live on dreams, so when watching Soul for the first time we couldn't help but see similarities between Disney Pixar's new movie and Media Molecule's stunning dream showcase. We wondered if we were alone in this, so we took to the internet to do some digging. To our surprise, we only found a single Reddit post. Scratch Brainstormer has provided a fantastic list of similarities between the two stories. This video will visualise that list and go into a few other things that we have found. The Dreams game, Art's Dream, is an emotional tale about a struggling jazz musician on the verge of making it. It is a story about regrets that takes us on a surreal and melancholy journey as Art, the musician, attempts to find himself with the help of some quirky assistants. It is a dark and winding tale through alternate realms that fortunately ends on a hopeful note.
Does this seem familiar to you? Well, it should, because that was Soul with a name change. Here are a few more similarities that gave us some major Art's Dreams flashbacks. Both Joe and Art are struggling musicians who, throughout the story, are contemplating their life choices, regretting what they took for granted and exploring other opportunities for happiness through their alternate personas. As both stories progress, we see the main characters' journey through alternate realms. They both encounter gatekeepers who look visually different from the rest of the characters, and a number of other quirky personalities.
Speaking of these blue guys, throughout Art's Dream these guys are representative of the main character's self-doubt, a trait that's heavily present in Joe's character too.
Sat last year in Brooklyn. Said you were great. Well, for a coffee shop.
Following a fall into a manhole, Joe falls into a coma. Following an argument with his bandmates, Art falls into depression. In this state, both characters come to realise that their overt passion for their music has been damaging to their social lives. After an act of kindness to a stranger, Art's mind wanders to an alternate dimension where, as his childhood toy, he lights up the world around him. This is reminiscent of Joe when he realises his mistake. He journeys into the astral plane in his child-friendly persona to save 22 from the darkness of being a lost soul.
Terry is the main antagonist of Soul. They're a strict and obsessive accountant whose job is to count the souls going into the great beyond. When Joe gets thrown into a coma, his soul begins to climb the escalator to the great beyond. Determined he is not ready yet for death, Joe escapes, throwing off the count. Throughout the film, Terry is determined to set the count straight and starts tracking down Joe. Throughout Art's Dream, Art is also being followed and tracked. The crow, Thornbeak, representative of Art's inner demons, follows Art through various realms until they face off at the end. Thornbeak also shares similarities with the lost souls of the cosmic realms. Encased in a shell of darkness, both are representative of someone who has been overwhelmed by their passions and unable to let go of their anxieties. Interestingly, when Art's childish alter egos Foxy and Francis face down Thornbeak, they use electric guitars and battle with rock riffs. Does this allude to an interest in rock music in Art's youth? If so, this is yet another connection with Joe, whose life is all about jazz, but in his youth, he was a part of a rap group, which in fact he's embarrassed about.
Horns aren't my thing, but this looks like it could come in useful.
As Art's Dream moves throughout the chapters, we start to see a lighter side of the titular character's psyche. Just as Joe reveals more about his character when he gradually begins to enjoy life through his connection with 22. Aside from the obvious story similarities, there are also many visual coincidences, such as the use of black and white and the adorable round-faced imp-like souls. Even this scene looks flecky, just like Dream's signature art style. There are lots of other tiny similarities. Both show the main characters giving food away to people on the street. Both main characters like pointy shoes, have vinyl record collections, transportation issues, and seem to like showing up late to their gigs. Not to mention the hats. Joe's hat is so significant to his look and personality that it is transported with him to the cosmic realms. Art's friends comment on their reunion that he has worn the same old hat for years.
New hat?
What are you talking about? New hat? He's worn that for years.
Well, I don't look at his head. Hey,
Windstar Dancer at your service. That's Windstar Dreamer Moon, Dancer Star Wind Moon, and that's Dreamer Wind Dreamer 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 Wind Dreamer 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 Wind Dreamer 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 Wind Dreamer.
We found it really interesting that Media Molecule actually met with Pixar in 2015 to demo Dreams. It's not crazy to think Media Molecule may well have helped inspire some parts of Soul. What do you think? Also, let us know if you spotted a connection we might have missed in the comments below. If you haven't played our stream yet, go check it out now. Or, if you're one of those ones that likes to watch, check out our playthrough in this video here.